Hi, my name is Dinesh and I am the Spicy Gourmet. Welcome back to my kitchen. Today is the second video in a series of recipes featuring Sri Lankan entrees. The first one was aromatic yellow rice, and if you have not seen it, you're welcome to please. I'll provide a link for you in this video. Our second recipe is Ceylon chicken curry. And for this, there are three components. First of all, there is a chicken, which has to be cut. And then the preparation of the Ceylon roast blend, which is the Ceylon curry powder that is used in preparing the chicken curry. And then I'll show you how to prepare the actual chicken curry, okay? Thank you. So this is how you joint a chicken. And of course, I've done this probably hundreds, if not over 1,000 times before, but never for you. So if I start hacking away because I'm making a mistake, I apologize in advance. So what you do is you have the bird. It's washed, cleaned, and dried. We dry it, make sure that the knife doesn't slip off the skin, and then to make sure that the knife is very sharp. So the first thing that we do is we make a slit in the skin between the drumstick and the body, the breast. Then what I do is I turn it over like this, and it actually breaks at the joint. Turn it over, slice along like this. There we have a drum and a thigh. Same on the other side. Slice along the skin. I know it's not the prettiest thing, but there we have a drumstick and a thigh. And what you do is you fill the knuckle there, the joint, and then you cut straight down. Now what I do is I remove the skin away from the thigh and I discard it and take off any excess fat. So we have our thigh. Now the drumstick, I trim off a little of the excess skin and I leave it whole like this. Same on the other side. Feel the joint. Remove the skin away from the thigh. Now comes the wing. Now, I prefer not to include the wingtip in the curry. So I discard that, then I cut the wing in two, like that. Now this takes a little practice because basically you're learning where the joint is. Get rid of that. Now we have the body, the back, and the breast. And of course the parson's nose, which is this right here. Now my wife likes the parson's nose, so we're going to include that. We're going to cut away the excess fat, discard that. Now what I do is I'm going to actually remove the skin away from the breast, which is quite easy, like this. Okay, that's that. Take a little bit more of the fat off. Now, I hold the chicken up like this from the back, separate the breast from the back, and I cut along like this and open it up, revealing the joint. From there, I can just find the joint and cut away. I'm going to stop the chicken from jumping off the counter. Now, here's the breast. You cut it straight down the middle like that. Okay? Now, what I'd like to do is, you want to try and make the pieces for the chicken curry as small as possible, but to a degree, because you do not want to make it so small that the pieces just kind of melt away in the curry. So basically what I like to do is I take half a breast and cut it into 3 pieces. Now you notice I'm leaving the bone on. A very important part of making a chicken curry is to leave the bone on. The reason being, a lot of the flavor resides in the bone marrow, and so the chicken curry must be prepared with the bone on for the best possible flavor. I'm going to do this on the same side, on the other side of the breast rather. Now, if it happens that this is a large chicken, I would actually cut these into smaller pieces. Okay? Now comes the interesting part, which is the back. Once again, as I said, I do use this for best flavor. I'm going to take the skin off. Because leaving the skin on too many pieces will result in a lot of fat in the sauce. You don't really want that. Now, as far as the back is concerned, what I do is this. I start from the neck end. See, if you have a sharp knife, this makes for easy work. There we go. Now, it's entirely up to you when you're serving the actual curry, when you dish it out, if you keep these pieces in the curry or not. If you find that it's too unattractive, you might embarrass your guests. You do not have to include this in the actual serving dish. But I do. So I make this a little bit smaller because, I like to stick to tradition. Some people shy away from using bones. But, if it's not genuine, why bother doing it? There we go. We've cut the chicken. Next, we're going to prepare the curry powder, the Ceylon roast, that we will marinate this chicken in. Hi, I'm Dinesh, the Spicy Gourmet. Welcome back to my kitchen. I'll be sharing with you what's called a Ceylon roast blend, generically called a curry powder, but I'd rather not use that term because, as I read somewhere, an Indian chef said that there are as many curry powders as there are households in India. That's a lot. So I'd like to keep things separate, different, unique, so it gives them individuality, and this is the Ceylon roast blend. Now, the Ceylon roast blend is featured in this recipe book, and we'll be following the same recipe except for one major difference. Actually, I was going to say a small difference, and that is this. In the book, we approach it from a purist manner of roasting curry powders, which is to roast each individual spice separately. Now, I'm not inclined to do that much, as possibly you're not either. So we start the blend by bringing a dry saucepan to heat, low to medium heat, and once it's warm, we're going to introduce the spices. So what's in this blend is coriander seed, cumin, fennel seed, some cardamom pods, cloves, Ceylon cinnamon. We want to take this Ceylon cinnamon and crumble it up a little bit. This is very easy to crumble, unlike cassia, which is a very, very tough bark. Put that in there, and then finally some fenugreek seeds. Now we also have some cayenne pepper, but that's to be added later on. Okay, I almost forgot about this final ingredient, something really quite important, and it happens that we do have both the powdered curry leaf in our selection and this lovely fresh organic curry leaf. And this is called a sprig of curry leaf. It's what's on the stem. So what I do is I grab the leaves, put aside the stem there, I break this up, and I introduce it to the spices and let it roast. It's going to dry up. And this is going to take on low heat about 15-20 minutes. We want to stir it occasionally, not allow it to burn, but to toast till it's quite dark. It requires a little patience, but a lot less patience than roasting the spices individually.